Like I said, we'll go into something for a minute. Then, like I said, we just throw the spirit bounce around. Cool. My brother, I appreciate it. Let me know.
And pass it to your right.
So, this is GMS New Orleans, GMS Lake Charles, GMS Lafayette. What else? Mobile, Gulf Coast area, Lafayette. All right. This is the the Passat video. The sit down before the actual Passat, man. So we're gonna get into before we get into the spirit and the scriptures. All right, for a little bit. We're gonna get right into the actual ceremony. All right.
All right. It's the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And it reads, and that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
One more time, my
Bro. The book of Revelation, the book of Romans, chapter 13.
I also want to say this, man. I want to give all praise and glory, all praise and glory to the Holy double honor to the elder apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings and salutations once again to the hopeful elect. All right. Shalom. All right. But like I say, read it again.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. What's the time is now? All right. All you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, this is the most highest time of them all to be woke, man. To be under the banner and under the covering of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Knowing his name, knowing the times we're in, and basically into these prophecies, man. This is the time you wanna be under the guidance of the Lord, man. All right. We, like I said, we always say this, but we definitely hope that this year is the year. All right. Read it out.
Yep. It says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
And you best believe we see that our salvation is near. All right. These different cities, states, and various other regions of the world, they're actually getting now to start to promote the MOBT Alabama, all right, Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and different other countries. So we can see that our salvation is near, even with the wars. All right, one of the brothers today actually put in the chat that we have uh, all NATO's military equipment and Humvees is pulling up to the docks of Europe, man. All right, but they just want to park there for no reason. No, they're getting ready for war. All right, you see that we see that the Ukraine thing is full effect. It's going to escalate even more. All right.
That's why scripture say what blow you the trumpet in Zion.
Right.
You know, Negroes, Latinos, and natives are ultimately the ones that's going to be subject to getting this warning first and foremost. You know, at the first hand of y'all about your mouth shot. Because the warning is really for you. You know, where it says, "What the truth shall be preached throughout the four winds, and then shall the end come." But ultimately, you have to receive that warning so that you can turn back to Yahweh about your mouth shot, speaking directly to the elect. All right, because it's already set in stone that 2/3 gonna get it.
All right.
Let me get you right quick. It's Isaiah 34, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations."
You see that? It's upon all nations, man. All right, and that's the times that we're in. The Lord is going to rain down all hell upon these nations, man. And the top nation is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, which a lot of you people out there want to shy away from. But that's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
Yep. And it says, "And his fury upon all their armies."
You see that? All their armies, including NATO.
Yeah.
All right, including NATO. All right, and all these different armies, especially the U.S. Army, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Yep. "He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter."
Right. Armageddon.
Hmm.
All right, World War III, the war of all wars, man. All right, and we always go into this, you know, from the time since we've been little boys, growing up in Babylon. You always heard about a World War I and World War II, and World War III. It don't go past World War III because that's for a reason. It's not gonna go past. It's not gonna be a 4, 5, and a 7. It's gonna be 3, and that's gonna be it. The end of the so-called white man's rulership. All right, not the end of the world, but it's gonna be the end of America. And then various other different continents and countries, you're gonna get it too. You're gonna catch a hot one, man.
Yep.
All right. Got any more on that? They got a lot of meat now.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, because it says in the scripture, I think what that is in Revelation in the 11th chapter, the third woe coming quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just out of the blue, just this thing popped off with Russia and Ukraine. It's out of the blue, and you see all nations, all those 10 horns that are in the EU, Lithuania, okay, Portugal, all those are screaming, okay, look, we have nuclear arsenal right now. So this thing is brewing.
Right.
But the MOTB, like the brother was saying, MOTB comes first. All right, before World War III. You got it, bro.
Right. So you see that one, right?
In Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 7. "Nevertheless, hear now thou this word I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old have prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence."
One more time, my Bible. I want to read one more time.
Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 7. "Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence."
Right, and those men did that. All right, valiantly, with all boldness and courage, man. And guess what? Those men are back now, and you're looking at them. We're doing the same thing that we did in past time. All right, coming back, screaming on these devils, man. Preferably these damn Romans. All right, because ain't nothing changed. This is the same setup, same people. All right, and we're coming back as those same men. All right, to cuss them out until Yahweh Shai comes, man.
That's right.
Right, these damn devils have to go. All right, they've been ruling for this little short season in all our wickedness, man. Give me First Maccabees. Start at 1 and 7. All right, since they've been in rule for this short season, it's been pure chaos, man. All right, and we those men that are coming back to bring their deeds to the forefront. That's why when you go into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and you can get that for me too, barbershop. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and around about 10, if I'm not mistaken. Where you get that? Yeah, I already got it. Read that one more time, man. One more time.
Jeremiah 28 and verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Of war, evil, and pestilence. And prophesied against it. All right? They wasn't for it. All right? Prophet Jeremiah, Isaiah, the list goes on. Same thing with us. We are prophesying against Babylon the Great, aka America, all right? For those same things and more. War, evil, pestilence, all right? These devils have been ruling for this short time, and then basically tore the whole goddamn world up, man. Destroyed the people's minds, and destroyed the planet, the animals, air, the food, all right? Which one you had for me?
First Maccabees.
Yeah, bring that one up.
First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule everyone in his place.
Right, which we know what that goes into. Alexander the Great and his 4 generals, all right? They ruled over the 4 provinces of the known world back then. All right? With great with oppression, all right, with lewd acts, wickedness, all right? And then guess what? Them devils are back. All right, those devils are back in their rightful place to receive judgment. Right?
Yeah.
Right, just like we are, like this brother just read it. We are in our rightful place back again to prophesy against them.
Yeah, the prophets are back.
All right, it's always you got evil, you got good, and they go one against another, man. All right, and we gonna do this until the real superhero comes back, which his name is Yahweh Shai, right? To redeem us. To cut us loose out of the bonds of these devils, man. Go ahead, I keep going.
All right. Verse 8. And his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
See, that's the point I wanted. It said evils will multiply in the earth when these devils begin to rule. All right. That's why you got sodomites over here. You got super sodomites. All right, and the list goes on, man. All right, you got all they bringing the different alphabet movement into the elementary schools, the pre-K schools, teaching the children what? How to be free. All right, how to to commit these lewd acts, man. All right, and the shit gotta go, man. All right. All right, let them get that. Get them off. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 10.
Which Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, the whole chapter goes into the what? The mindset, the thoughts of Esau. How he really thinks, man. Right? And these devils still think of this way to this day, man. They don't believe in they believe in Satan. This is cut it straight. All right? They believe in Satan. They believe in all type of sorcery and witchcraft. They believe you die once.
Yeah.
All right? Which we know in the scriptures, you come back in many generations, man. All right, but go ahead,
It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Right. Yeah, continue.
Verse 11, it says, let our strength be the law of justice, but that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right, but the law, what did it say? Let our spirit be what?
Be the law of the justice.
Of
justice. The law of justice. Right,
which that's where Esau's spirit is in them court systems, man. Yeah. All right. Which they get in, which you got to get into the law dictionary, the black law dictionary. You got to understand these devils deal with a whole different. You got to really understand how this world works, man. This devil deals with the Latin, he deals with the Greek, all right? Yep. And he'll run laps around you in them courts, man. That's where his strength lies at, all right? And guess what? This same very book that this brother is holding all right, the Apocrypha goes into the structure of how they set all that up, man. Setting up what? The Senate House. It's setting up different people within that Senate, man, to rule the courts.
Congressman.
Yeah. All right. This is the same shit, man. Different toilet. All right. And like I said, we can see what's going on, man. Yeah, this shit is not a far from the mark. We here. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, and back with Slot. He said, when it says in what it is, Revelation 13 chapter says he exercised the power of the first.
In the 6th chapter, they call him that red horse. And was given unto him that great sword. You go into the word sword, it goes into judicial punishment. Mm-hmm. That's one of his powers, man. Yeah. Right. Throw you Jakes in jail and throw away the key, man. Yeah. Give you jersey numbers, football numbers.
Yeah, NASCAR numbers, man.
Yes. And ultimately, what's going to be the end of that, right? According to Isaiah 10:1, woe to him that was corrupt, wicked, and what unrighteous unto the free. You know, so we already got the end game of what's going to happen to this devil.
Yeah. You know? Hey, and now you have Donald Trump, who's allegedly, quote unquote, supposed to be put in office in 2024, going on further than that, saying, look, we're going to put out mass executions, firing squads, and the guillotine. They showing you through the right of pen. They already got this set in stone to do these type of things. But you gotta know what they involved in.
They got. Bring that article back up too.
Yeah.
If I may say to add on what you said, they got a senator in Tennessee that just tried to add an amendment to a law to bring back hanging from a tree.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
That old serpent.
Well, why is that? Why all of a sudden these devils going through them type of laws? They're the same people, all right? They are their forefathers, all right? They coming back to that 1865 spirit, man. All right, I'm cool with them devils being in that spirit. The more they push that spirit, we get the hell up out of here, man. You're gonna put an ass whooping on you coon niggas, man. All right, because you're not ready to go. A nigga, he just ready to suck on some non-layers, eat a pork chop, and have a good fucking day, man. Bang brothers, Bang brothers,
Except for the sun, man.
Yeah. Yeah, in the heat of the fucking night. That's what you niggas is worried about, man. Yeah.
Real quick. It's Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Right. That's right. And these devils have been accustomed to do evil. We just read it in the Maccabees since the beginning of this rule. Man. Mm-hmm. As soon as that devil, Alexander the Great, was somewhat rotten, all right, in the ground, them devils went to work on the world, man. All right? And give me that Psalm 64.
I got y'all.
To show that was their power from what this brother read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 1. To the chief musician, a song of David. Him.
No, start that 2.
Start at 2?
Yeah, let's start that 2.
All right. Psalm 64 and verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Right.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, right, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Right.
It's like that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Yeah. Who's the perfect? Ultimately, you Israelites. Right? You're the perfect. Right? And them bitter words that they shoot them well. And them court systems, man.
Mm-hmm. Right. They add, that word insurrection goes into a violent uprising. So they orchestrate all these violent uprisings too, man, to cause other chaos out here. So they can bring in that what is called order out of chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. New world.
Read to me 3 again.
Bro.
Let me get that precept.
Psalm 64 and verse 3.
Okay, yeah, let me get him to get that article. Please.
Yeah. Psalm 64 and verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Right, and that goes to Esau's legislation. Right, his bills, his house bills, Senate bills. Right, and he do what? He cut down the poor with them. All right, roughly what? Rex 84, which been on the books since 1984, man. All right, to do what? Mass murder you Israelites, man, by the millions. All right. This is the Patriot Act, the National Defense Organization Act.
Yep.
All right. This brother said the Patriot Act. They got Patriot Act 2, 3, and I think it's the 4th one, man. And they tell you how they're gonna roll up on you, Jake. All right. Everything as we know as far as history is gonna meet itself again. All right.
Yeah.
Which one you brother said?
This is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointing, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us." All right, and that goes back to the brother up. That's that secret counsel. All right, you know, and they're ultimately going to come down on the Israelites, but moreover, they come before the men of the Lord. All right,
Yeah.
you got it, brother.
Right. Finish it out, my friend. I'm gonna get you to read that. Let him read them. Let that brother get the definition. Then bring that brother out next.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 12.
Continue that. Right.
This is what he said. He says, therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
You didn't wait. We're not for his turn. That's what we're doing. We're doing now. So we go out on the highways and byways, rain, sleep, snow, flood, hail, all right, blizzard, hurricanes, and go out and cut you devils out, man.
In season, out of season.
Yeah. We're not like you keyboard gladiators, man. To Twitter finger niggas, man. We go out and get the work in. All right?
Yeah.
You ain't like, I'm coming over, I'm coming down there. I'm coming down there. You'll never see the niggas, man. Coming down there. Oh, next week I'll be down there. Yeah.
Never seen it.
You stay where you at, man. Right? We'll do it for you. Right, go ahead, brother.
It says, and he is, speaking about the righteous, and he is clean, contrary to our doings.
Yeah.
He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
Let's go end of that 13.
All right, verse 13, it says, he professed to have the knowledge of the Most High.
And we do. We boldly do. We boldly tell you that we have the knowledge of Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Each and every brother in here can go through the book of Daniel with grace and lay it down to you devils, man. We can go in the book of Revelation from front to back, from 1 to 22.
That's right.
And go through grace, blow for blow, what's going on. All right? Yes, we boldly say that. We boldly say that we are the men of the Lord. We are the prophets of old, man. All right?
And what proves that also is what? When we proclaim it right before their faces, the way they get the church, the way they get to take their brother's faces down, striking.
Yeah.
You want to strike some shit if it wasn't fact.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You got all them media mic platforms who say these type of things that they're saying, but as soon as we do it, it's a problem.
Yeah. Me and Raw, these niggas having rap battles on YouTube, cussing, fat girls on the treadmill, falling off, all types of Charleston White on a rampage, cussing, and nothing get taken out, man.
Niggas shit they goddamn buckets.
Yeah.
You know, subway station and shit.
Niggas dousing themselves with alcohol, setting themselves on fire for a challenge. Meanwhile, we bringing out the truth of the scriptures and getting taken off YouTube, man. All right? Hey, but that's, it is what it is, though, man. Go ahead,
It says he professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he called himself the child of the Lord.
There you go. Yes, we do, man. I'm gonna get you got it, right? Because the definition.
I got you.
Because the brother brought a point. The point was that Donald Trump, he's already foreseeing and predicting that when he get in office, he's ready to pull out really the old big guns, man. Right? Which I'm gonna say this. A lot of you niggas, you've been doing your thing. They need to bring out old Sparky too for a lot of you niggas, man. All right? Remember Sparky, right? The electric chair.
Oh, yeah.
Sparky, you know,
Old Sparky, man. Shit, you
fry your ass, man.
Yeah.
Right, bro.
Go ahead, bro. But this what this devil is thinking in his mind. And go through it, brother. And this brother got some heavy word, man. Any other information you can find?
I got it. I got
okay.
that in the script and everything.
Okay, yeah, we
Full
good
circle
then.
with it. Mm-hmm.
It says from the internet verdict, it says Donald Trump wants to use the firing squad, mass executions, and videos to turn executions into reality TV. Let me read that again.
And you know he did it. That nigga, he's all about the game show shit. This is Nero. You do this for Nero.
What the
was
movie
there.
is?
He wanted to do that shit, man. Back then.
Hunger Games.
Through the spirit,
Hunger Games.
Speaking like a man.
That's what it is.
He look like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Somebody pull that up.
Exactly.
Nero was in the theater.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, we through the spirit. That's just us. We speaking as a man. We don't know, but we just amongst the body, amongst us, man. That's just what we feel.
Yeah.
All right.
We believe that wholeheartedly. See, Nero burnt Rome, let it burn in 6 days, and then reignited it 3 days later, and blamed it on Jake.
While he was playing the flute. Yeah, he saying some wild shit when he was playing the flute, man. I think you remember that out?
I don't remember what he said.
He said some wild shit. He was saying some wild shit when he was playing the flute as Rome was burning, man. All right? And these are the same devils that are coming back, all right? Right along with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, all right, the Fords, and all the rest of those degenerate ass families, man. All right? Which we're gonna get you devils in the slavery too, man. All right?
If I could say that mechanism that he used by burning Rome in the ancient world and then putting it on our people, they're going to use that same device in the coming days.
Yeah.
You call it a false flag in these modern times, and they're going to put it on the Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites, and we're going to be public enemy number one, and Al-Qaeda, ISIS will be a thing of the past. And Al-Qaeda and ISIS was all test runs for us, to be honest, because they were made up by the government anyway.
Yeah, Jihad. And then
Yeah.
going back 3 years, 4 years ago, they showed you that Jihad John, all right? That nigga had that dull-ass knife cutting niggas' heads off in the green room, man. Y'all seen that? It was a green screen behind the shit. No bullshit. No blood, nothing. All right? And that's how these devils play. And I think I put it in there, too. You see how the devil used deep fake? The deep fake to alter Joe Biden had him talking about nuclear war. The shit went viral last night. For the last 2 days, this shit been going viral. All right? Which this devil gonna use? He gonna plug the big guns. This is the big guns. This is part of it.
Right.
Right? Because we're at the end. All right? Go ahead.
Right, bro? Because he called us what? The prophets of doom.
That's right.
When he was in office.
Millennial.
Yeah. And just to add on to what Juan said, that major, when Yahweh said, ye shall be hated of all men. So Esau has to do something drastic, very violently in the earth for us to be hated of all people. Okay?
And somebody get that word and said, you should be, is it Matthew? You should be brought up to nobles, kings, prince in my name.
Yep. It says, Donald Trump has long loved the death penalty. It now seems that he wants to turn executions into spectacles of cruelty. On February 14th, Rolling Stone reported that if he is returned to the White House, Trump has a 3-part plan to heighten the drama of state killing.
Right. So what was Rome known for? In the Colosseum, the gore, the blood, the guts, the ass, all right? The killing of Israelites, man. That's what they was mainly putting in the Colosseum to fight against lions and tigers and shit, man. Trap floors and all type of games they played. So the same thing is coming back, man. And guess what? You Israelites are on the crosshairs of this devil. Always have been, man.
Yeah.
Going to Ezekiel 35. All right. Go ahead. You got a little more?
Yes, I got a lot more on that.
But go ahead. But go into that word real fast. I'm gonna get you. Go to that draconian.
Come on, because what Trump, like you say, what Trump want to do, which Draco is short for lawgiver, but they want to establish it in law. So then once it's held, they can rectify it. Right. Like, look, this been established because that's what he want to do, and the law gonna pass it. You got the Congress, all these they all the Senate, all these different people, all putting together to actually do this to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But this is I got some real quick. This the draconian constitution. Well, you know what? It says the draconian constitution or Draco Code, which is short for lawgiver, all right, which it was originated really in Greece, which I'm gonna grab real quick. Which the Greeks, you Romans, carried on down the day. You the ones leading the day, man. All right, yes.
The Greeks are the Idumeans.
That's right. It says it's the meaning of draconian is the meaning of great severity. All right, I'm gonna go in ancient origins real quick, and here we go. It says this is ancient. The site is ancient origins. All right. It says brutal draconian laws of ancient Greece were etched in blood. It says Athens is perhaps most famous for being the birthplace of democracy. Now we know today we're under what they do around the world. Give what everybody democracy, man. All right, a controlled system. Even though it look like it's what one or the other, it's controlled. Same bird, same wing, different wings, same bird. Go ahead.
Deception and Satanism.
That's it. It says one of the corners.
False sense of the people's choice.
Yup. Yeah, you still choosing your deck pretty much, whether you go Republican or Democrat, man.
Left wing,
Left wing, same
they going
bird.
to the same destination.
Same bird.
Flying to the same
When
destination.
you read what that is, second 11 or 12 speaks about the first verse about that Rome being an eagle. Those same two fellas, which were the plebeians and the patricians, are the same ones today with the Republican and Democrats. Though they may seem at odds, they all have a plot against against the Israelites.
That's right.
Confederacy.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta get you.
they're Confederate against us, man. Would you speak about that in First Maccabees, the Senate House, man? You know, which is controlled by these elites, man. All right. It says one of the cornerstones for the establishment of Athenian democracy was the introduction of a written law code that could only be enforced by a court, the law of justice, man. All right. It says the institution of such a law code eliminated the often unjust interpretation of oral laws, which were once the prerogative of the Athenian aristocrats.
If I may add, Athenian goes back to Athena, meaning the goddess of war.
The goddess of war. That's right.
Greece.
Athens, Greece, which is
that martial law.
that martial law. We're gonna get that. It says the man who was responsible for providing Athens with a written law code was the Athenian legislator Draco himself. Which Draco again is short for lawgiver. So they gonna basically say, "Oh, this is law. This is okay, man."
It's funny how you niggas out there, you love to get
Love to say that Draco.
Get the Draco to keep. Yeah, nigga, Walking Dead. What you get? What you got today? They gonna put it in play because they get philosophical with it. What euthanize? Basically, like you agreeing to the debt almost, man. Right, it's a mercy kill. But that's how they gonna play. Oh, this in law. You just tired of the overwhelming prices, the different struggles you got and all that. So it's okay to put you down. They gonna put that in the law too. Yeah. A mercy kill. You look that up. Euthanize. It says Draco, as one may already suspect from the common usage of the term draconian, which is synonymous with severity. Draco laws were brutal and they were written in blood. All right, let me get to the point. It said Draco lived in Athens during the 7th century BC. During this period, oral laws were used and were under the control of aristocratic class. This meant that the legal system was unfair and could easily be exploited by the aristocratic class for their own benefit.
The
elites. It is said that Draco established his code of laws in 622 1 BC. Apart from this, very little is known about Draco himself. Of course, they hide in the shadows, just like the elites, man. It says, according to folklore, Draco's death was caused by his popularity, which is all over the top. But
I got that word too.
All right, come on, go ahead.
Euthanize. This is the word euthanize.
You about to say it. You about to say the thing.
It says euthanize. Put a living being, especially a dog, to death humanely.
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 Humanely. So they're gonna have the title of this is humane. Is this humane? If this is humane to do this?
And you best believe through the propaganda of media, they're gonna make it seem right to you people. These elites have so much power, they can change what 1 + 1 is, man. Which we know is 2, they can make you think it's 5, man.
That's
people
right.
Gonna believe it.
They're gonna be working on miracles.
Yeah, working
miracles.
Woe to him that call evil good and good evil.
Yeah, the average American, is nothing more than a clown, a battery, a drone. They don't know what somebody is driving them.
Let's go back to the word government. Like
Right.
government is
Mind control.
right? That's everybody knows it's a rock. So is the king, right? That's over the nation. So are the people. So they don't believe all the word out there that he's
Yeah, it's about to be in it. It says, according to the story, whilst Draco was the geniton theater, right? His supporters decided to show their approval in the tradition of the Greek manner, i.e., throwing their hats, shirts, and cloaks over their on his head. Such a great amount of these garments were thrown on him. However, Draco suffocated and died. But the returning to Draco laws, they were first written on wooden tablets. Then they went from written to oral, then to just automatically dictated. All right, so now they can automatically just do what? They could just execute you in whatever form or fashion they want, man, or that they will. Right. But that's it. I'm gonna let brothers, go ahead.
And that sounds like that goes hand in hand with the National Defense Authorization Act.
That's right.
Where you have no law, you have
take
your so-called civil rights away. You don't have no right to legal counsel, and they can just do you as they wish, all the way to killing you, like they do in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, remind you of the time of Antiochus, man.
Yeah.
Whoever didn't follow the decree, shit, put their ass to death.
Yeah.
Your baby circumcised, kill that mother.
But America has their legislation. Yeah.
Real quick. Going into that draconian law. This first Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his law. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandments of the king. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange law of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and droves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swan's flesh and unclean beasts, and that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manners of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change the ordinance. And this is the point, real quick. And whosoever would not do according to the commandments of the king, he said he should die. And that's going to speed it up with the MOTB, man. Your ass don't take that chip with no dip, and your ass getting put to death. You and your family. Right. You preaching your how about shit, y'all shot, you die. But we got one of you brothers will grab Luke 9 and 23 real quick, the scripture tell us that we have to put Salat, y'all. Scripture tells us we gotta prepare our minds, man, examine ourselves daily, let us work out our own faith, man. And we gotta be in a serious mindset, man. Hey, you can't be sitting on your hands and crossing your goddamn feet or drowning in your tears, man. Hey, take it and keep going, man. Day for day. Go ahead, up.
It's Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
So you call him on the name. You say you believe in how about shit, I was shot. You call him the name, you preaching the name. Go ahead, up, Bob Shah.
Let him deny himself and take up his cross.
The brother, we always talk about it, but the brother, where you at, up? We just saying it outside, talking about being selfless, man. Putting out your cares and your emotions and handling that business, as Yahweh Shah said. Woman, don't you know about my father's business? Go ahead, up.
And take up his cross daily and follow me.
Hey, take up your cross daily and follow the Lord. Taking it a day at a time and bearing your burdens, man, and putting on the mind of Yahweh Shah, man. Suffering. Take it cheerfully when you change to a lower state, man. Right. You brothers got us a lot.
Yeah, come on. Well, you say in the last part you read, it says, if they don't go to the Lord or King, they die?
They die.
Say that right quick.
I got y'all. This first Maccabees 1 and 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandments of the king, he said he should die.
Yeah, this James 4:12, it says, there is one lawgiver who is able to save and destroy. Point blank. So how are you gonna enforce or put emphasis on killing somebody to do after certain laws? You don't got the right to judge a man's life, man. The Lord got that's in the Lord's hand. All right. And the Lord got to give you what? That authority or be an authoritative figure to actually do that. See, when we kill, we're gonna kill in righteousness. All right, according to what the Lord gave us, according to the actual law. And these commandments, the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You gotta go.
You had one, right?
Yeah, come. This is Daniel 8:25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. But the point is that it talks about him using his policies to deceive the masses. The same thing that y'all was just going into, setting his draconian laws and he's doing the groundwork now with the Jim Crow laws and the things that he's putting in order. It's just to take your necks, man. So he's going to be, justified in him doing it because he already got a law set in place. Same thing what they did to Daniel's and the lion's den, right? When he was praying, they didn't like that. They went to the king and did some crafty, and turned up on him. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at the end of the day,
they went and made a decree.
Made
some legislation, put it in law, so they could kill Daniel because they knew the only way we could get him, it had to deal with his power.
Haman too.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. Haman did that.
This also is done with these Satan worshipers, man. These elites. They feel they have a right to do what they do because they told you beforehand through black magic. I'm telling you, we're gonna make movies like The Road. We're gonna make movies like The Crazies and so on and so forth. The Besieged. We telling you this is what we're gonna do here in America. It's up to you to believe in that. And when it goes down, they feel that they're justified.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you call black magic, man. To show you something beforehand before they do it.
Well, Elder, they want you to believe it, but they're gonna tell you it's science fiction. This will never happen. No, this is science fiction. Hey, it's just a fucking devil, bro.
Right. It's so crazy. That's why I said when we go to movies, we see the spiritual parts of the movies. When you devils and you other nations go out here to these different AMCs and watch the movies, you in there like a damn hugging you up there with your boo, kissing, smooching. Meanwhile, this nigga telling you I'm gonna kill you, man. I'm gonna kill you through the C-19, various other different forms of diseases. Right? Different. I'm gonna say this too. I hope this is the year of great T attacks, man. If you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right?
That's it.
Hold on. Get them two brothers out of the way. Then we can bounce around. They've been holding. Anybody, like I said, you brothers in the back too, man. If y'all got something, say something.
This is 2 Ezra 11:39. It says, "Are not thou it that remaineth of the fourth beast, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their time might come through them? And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit." Just going back to what the elder said, man, because it's much deceit that this devil pushes out. And through his wicked decrees and the things that he does, he's telling you he's going to kill you. He's telling them things that he's going to do. And when these people, when he comes with great wrath and suddenly fall upon you, like the elder said, he feels that he's going to be justified. But the whole time what the prophet was prophesying unto you, what you did, man, like the brother said, you had your hands under your motherfucking butt, playing around and fiddling, man. And this is the devil who we reading about, him that reigneth in the earth, man, of the fourth beast, remaineth of the fourth beast. That's the key,
That's Daniel 7:7.
brother.
About that fourth beast, that Roman Empire, who was powerful and reputable, going through his legislation, and ultimately got a powerful military. The military of Rome dominated everything that was upon earth. Look at the Battle of Carthage. They dominated everything, man. Took down the Greeks. That same Roman Empire back today is reincarnated through America.
Because they didn't finish that plan. The brother read in the first Maccabees. That was the New World Order back then. That one world agreement.
Yep.
And that old serpent, it just grew and grew and grew from the garden, man. And the Most High got to take their head off, man. And that's what he's about to do. You got a word. I got one brother. I got one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this one, yeah. This is Matthew 10, and I started verse 16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." That scripture say, "Redeeming the time, because the days are evil." They got to be circumspect. It says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues." Yeah, that process.
Yeah, that process is happening now, man. Even with certain guys that they fill out. A lot of them guys, they're some Donnie Brasco ass niggas, man. Right? They gonna
A killer and a snitch.
officer, whatever the nigga name was on the Matrix.
Why? That's the worst type of nigga. Nigga that will kill you and tell on you.
The other hand in the air like this. Hey, and on that movie, like the brother said, Agent Smith said what? They're not out yet. And he meant that. So at this time right now, he saw like, look, y'all not getting y'all ass on that chariot. They not out yet. I'm finna kill a lot of them. Why John said in Revelation 24, he says some of the souls of them that will be hid. That word souls is plural.
They fall out, bug outs on the coming board. They ready to call them people on us, man. Yeah. That's right.
Hey, because
they gonna have a Red Lobster, the Popeyes,
McDonald's,
the Coke, and the BC powder right there, man. Ready to call up on people.
hey,
with a cigarette. You take a cigarette, a Camel Newport, cool. It's over. You gotta tell everything.
Yeah, if I could say, when this devil come down and tighten up on our people and bring the hell on them, they're gonna be like, this is happening because of what y'all been teaching. They're doing this to us because of y'all.
What it says in Matthew? If we believe on them, the Romans will come and do what? Take our place. Because of you believing in Yahweh Shai, what we believe in, this is why it's happening to us, man.
We don't have no social media because of y'all.
Yeah, because like I said, I can see it right now. Breaking news: Hebrew Israelites, it's a manhunt. You gonna have niggas. Niggas gonna be getting their guns and rifles together, getting the manhunt. Yeah.
To get money to put on their Quran.
Yeah.
Credit.
Jay gonna be overthrown into him because he has that juice inside of him, that jab. He gonna be hyped up, ready to take a bag from Esau to come and take one of the men of the Lord out. Sure.
Where are you, boy? Right down in that car. Right down in that car.
Put them down.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, man. Come out, they got us. Yeah. That was kind of process said. Come from under the car, they got us. You know, agents and shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. In every camp, man, there's a Judas, man, around the camp, man. You better believe that.
That's right.
Right. It was riot. And then, like I said, we get them little words and scriptures you got. You see, you got heaven.
I got a precept. That's a little bit of.
Hey, what he wasn't finished. He wasn't finished.
Oh, you wasn't finished. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Matthew 10 and 18, and it says, "Ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles." Like you said, for just speaking the truth. Your own people gonna be just gonna get into things. It says, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, where it shall be given you in that time, in that same hour, what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you."
That's right, man. And the Lord gonna be with us, man. If we deem that one of those men that get snatched up, brought up to Dale Edwards.
Yeah.
All right, the governor of Louisiana.
Attorney General.
Yeah, Attorney General, whoever, man. We like the Lord's gonna make a way. And if so, we play, bro. We still gonna get the kingdom.
Right? We can't just then do his part.
Yeah. Hey.
We're gonna get into these two because you got more than the scripture. Go ahead.
This is back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 14. Speaking about Israelites, mainly the elect, it says, "He was made to reprove our thoughts." So the whole reason why we was created was to go against the devil, prophesy the downfall of the wicked kingdom. right? It says he is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another's fashion.
Right.
You
go ahead.
All right.
You know, kind
of I read what it's it says, he is grievous unto us, even to behold. The brother brought out the precept earlier, why the heathen rage. See, that's why these devils ultimately stand upon their feet, trembling. When they see the chariots, they get to trembling. Right? We bring forth grievousness unto them because we prophesy this kingdom being obliterated. Right? And us being delivered. Right? We talk about how they are going to be into change real soon. You know, and they hate that. And we're not just regurgitating. All right, I'm just speaking of vain words. We're backing it up with proof. Right? It says, for his life is not like other men's. Right? His ways are of another fashion. We're fashioned after the ways of Yahweh Shem. You know? Stand up on our feet, being governed by the laws, statutes, and commandments, keeping the Pesach, you know, being joined to one another, right? We're being pulled from that great and gross darkness of the world, man. You know, so that's how we're able to live and proclaim the downfall of this wicked kingdom that we're presently in.
Because if I can add, because we were set up from the beginning to establish righteousness in the planet Earth, man, in this time of here, in this time and day. You know, because Apostle Paul, he knew, you know what I'm saying, that, hey, look, it was a time that it wasn't at that time when Yahweh Shah was going to return. It wasn't that time for Israel to be restored back to the kingdom. It was a time afar off. Yeah. This is that time.
Yeah. You know, hey, when Paul was in Caesarea, we read in Acts the 23rd chapter, he speaks of the Jews saying, look, we're not going to eat anything until he be put to death. He be killed. That's going to happen to the men of the Lord. We don't want to do nothing. We can't do this, we can't do that because of these guys. Put their heads to death, right?
Make us public enemy number one.
And they did their fast in vain.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing with today. You know, no matter how much you get your everyday on your local church, because the church, they're going to come against Jake as well.
Yeah.
You know, we see the preacher kill him. You know, but guess what? The scripture says that what? Nothing shall prevail against the men of Yahweh Shah. You know?
Go into that.
Yeah, I just got two quick words real quick.
Get a couple more we get out of here. You know, get ready for ceremony.
It's that word law and that word legislation from the online etymology. So if you actually ever hear the word law or legislation, it sounds like lay. So it's really meaning Esau, Edom, lying in wait to destroy you, man. It's the word law. It says something laid down, that which is fixed or set. Now let's go to the word legislation, because leg sounds like lay. All right, it says leg, legislation. It says to crouch down, to lie. It says lying in wait, ambush. It says to lie down, to be situated, position, remain, be at rest, lie down. So Esau, Edom, his legislation on his lies, man.
And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every
in
fowl
order
of the
for
air,
to
and
crouch
brought them
and lay
unto
low.
Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Yeah, so
And Adam gave name.
basically Esau, Edom, when he puts in these laws, these legislations, all right, the brother quoted Isaiah 10:1, it's grievousness, but who is it grievousness upon? You so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, man. All right, it's hell upon our lives, man. These laws were put in place for us to be destroyed. 3/5 of a human being, Code de Noir, that fleur-de-lis, man, that was branded upon us, man. You see that everywhere on Gates, New Orleans Saints, UL Lafayette, man, to mockery us, man. We're tired of this place, man. How long? That's why we ask, how long, Lord? All right, because our enemies seek it and roared about like a lion seeking whom he may devour, man. And in these last sections of time, the Most High has raised men up from the beginning of time, man, that are willing to die for this thing, man. You got it, bro.
Come on, read this precept to back you up.
I'll take one. You got it, bro. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 10, and I'm going to start at 7 and at 8. It says, his mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and fraud. Under his tongue and mischief and vanity. He sitteth in lurking places of the village, in secret places. Doeth he murder the innocent, his eyes privily set against the poor.
And we're the innocent, man. What have we done, Aki? Can anybody in this audience right now, all right, tell us one thing that we've done, all right, that has broken the law in this society, man? Have we become your enemy because we told you the truth, man? But guess what? For the truth, we're willing to get beheaded. We're willing to get tortured, scourged, because we have faith that we're those men of old coming back in the reincarnation, man. All right, you got Job out here, Jeremiah, Zechariah, Malachi. We believe it, man. That's something greater than the power of this left-handed miracles that Esau is performing on the society today, man. And the power that we serve allow him to do the shit that he's doing on the left-hand side.
You said lie, like that word legislate and law go into like lying, right?
Lie and wait, yeah.
Verse 9. He lieth and waits secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth himself in his net. You see? It's going in what you were saying, brother.
Well, what's that main net? That main net has to do with, when you look at the so-called almighty dollar. Look at the back of the dollar, it looks like a what? It looks like a web or a net. Right? That's what it's all about. People running behind these FRN notes, man. Into debt. All right?
Just one point. Tomorrow in 1857, the Supreme Court ruled that blacks were not citizens. March the 6th, 1857. That's tomorrow. And we're at Passover right here.
1867?
1857. Yeah.
Yeah, but go. Wow. You got. I mean, everybody got it. I mean, don't be long. Just kind of.
It's just to back up what the brother Yaron brought up earlier about how Donald Trump is talking about bringing back the guillotine, the firing squad, and all that. That's already on the books, and it's been on the books. Right. They're just waiting for the right situation to put the right face on it to sell it to the people.
And that's us.
But just to back up, hey, what the brothers have been bringing out with the draconian laws and everything, we're going to be the main targets for it, and it's all in wickedness.
Yes. Probably two more.
This is Psalms 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood? As a brother, number one, we've broken none of the laws in this society. We've simply been preaching the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi, but they're going to blame that for everything. This is why we don't have the internet. This is why there are domestic teas running around, black identity extremists, all that. So they can justify coming against us and hey, giving brothers that Revelation 20 and 4 treatment, beheading some of us. But just to show that these laws have already been on the book. This is from TommyTruthful.com, and I'm going to just speed read to get to the points. The Talmudic Noahide laws, which is what Apostle Tahar and Apostle Gabar have been going into over the last couple of weeks. The Talmudic Noahide laws. Few Christians have heard of the Noahide laws or know that they were signed into the U.S. law on March 20th, 1991 by George H.W. Bush. And look at who he's got around him while he's signing that law. The small hats.
Yeah.
The Noahide laws are from the Babylonian Talmud, according to the 1906 Jewish Encyclopedia. These Noahide laws are universal and binding upon Gentiles only, according to the 1906 Jewish Encyclopedia. The penalty for transgression of any of the Noahide laws is decapitation. Christians will be decapitated. With but a few exceptions, the punishment meted out to the Noah seed for the transgression of any of the 7 laws is decapitation. With what few Christians know and what isn't explicitly stated within the U.S. legislation, which the brother Wa'adi just went into it, that what legislation means, laying that trap, that snare, is that the first and second Noahide laws, which prohibit idolatry and blasphemy, would be transgressed by all Christians. This is because the worship of, it says Jesus Christ, is considered idolatry, and the name of Jesus is blasphemy according to the Talmud, which the true name is Yahawashi, and they don't even believe in the Messiah. They've got all kinds of wicked things to say about the Messiah in the Talmud. So by us worshiping Yahawashi, what does that mean? We're transgressing the Noahide laws according to these 1948ers. With regard to idolatry, he can be found guilty only if he worshipped an idol in the regular form in which that particular deity is usually worshipped. While in the case of blasphemy, he may be found guilty even when he is blasphemed with one of the attributes of God's name. An action which, if committed by an Israelite, would not be regarded as criminal. Therefore, under the Noahide laws, all Christians will be beheaded.
Let me say this, all right? When you give that testimonial for the Lord, man, you get beheaded. You can't go home, man. You can't go to the bowling alley. You can't go on that date with this hot lady. You gotta be willing to go all the way for the Lord, man. So take this serious, man.
That's
all
right, brother.
After this Passat, man, the Most High did put the Spirit on the apostles' hearts to coin this year, 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass, man. You got men that are willing to go to death for this thing, man, and care not about the affairs of this world, man. So this is something to consider in these times, man.
Yeah.
All right? You got it, bro.
Let me just say, by that brother bringing it out, what you just said about other apostles' heart demon this year, what year of all prophets coming to pass. The first thing Yahweh said in Luke 21st chapter, Mark 13, or Matthew 24, he said, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you. That's going to happen. Right. Before the earthquakes, the famine, the pestilence, all those things, the men of the Lord are going to be tested. Straight up. Go ahead.
I know a little bit more, just so it's a tiny bit more.
Go ahead.
Courts will be established everywhere to issue warnings and to exact justice for violations of the Noahide laws. Some of these courts and even prisons will exist within churches. Few Christians are aware of the inordinate number of church elders today who have police/military backgrounds, with some churches even having their own police force. The Noahide, those who the Noahide laws are binding upon, are required to establish courts of justice, and may let the strength of justice be our law. Courts of justice in every city and province. And these courts are to judge the people with regard to the 6 laws and to warn them against the transgression of any of them. And this is from the 1906 JEWISH Encyclopedia.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna hit it on Mariana.
Okay, this is prayer of Azariah to back up, all the precepts and information that was brought up. This is prayer of Azariah 1 and 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. And they are lawless because their governmental structure, the way that they pass certain laws to do what they want to do, it goes back to being lawless. When they pass these different laws like this brother just read, that goes into lawlessness. But he justifies it with his laws, but his laws are lawless.
His laws are lawless because in Psalms 119, he said, they made void Yahweh's law. You see, that's what makes him the man of lawlessness, because he made void Yahweh Shemawashai's laws in the earth. All right, and then he brought forth his standard, which is abomination after abomination. You got it.
It's not founded on. It's ultimately not founded upon righteousness.
Okay. Most hateful forsakers of Yahweh. And where it said Jesus in that thing, one thing about law, it's a practice. Just like medical is a practice, it builds upon itself. Now they will admit that, and they'll put Yahweh's name right there, okay? Because they hate him. And the reason that they're gonna put hands, like the brother said, put hands on the prophets, is because they hate the Lord. And the Bible and the men of the Lord are bringing out the fruits of the Lord. They're bringing out, they're doing the Lord's work, all right? And ultimately, he feels like he is the Lord. He said he's gonna be like the Lord in Isaiah 14th chapter. So he's going to try to push out the judgment of a power man, and he's gonna do it.
That's real quick.
He said, "He that departed from wickedness maketh himself afraid." So by us departing from the laws and the ways of this society, the enemy.
That shows too that they're coming up against the Lord once again. Because Scripture says, "Well, it's not us that speak, but the Spirit of Yahweh Shemawashai is speaking within you." So it's Yahweh Shah. It's Yahweh Shah warning these people again. So what's another way to piss the Lord off? By to deal with His precious sons. You drop your kids off somewhere, you go pick up your son or your daughter, they got a black eye. You like, bro, what the fuck going on? So the same thing is happening within the spirit. That's what's gonna allow Yahweh Shemawashai to lift up that standard for His elect.
We're gonna end it on you.
Let me finish this off. And to an unjust king, all right, like what Donald Trump is talking about, and that unjust king goes into the whole governmental structure. Okay, they're not right, they're not fair.
They hate the Lord. They hate the servants of the Lord. They even hate the lower people of their own bloodline. All right, a low level Edomite, he doesn't get a fast shake in his own kingdom. Okay, very unjust. And this is the fire part. And the most wicked in all the world. So when it goes into Daniel the 12th chapter, it speaks about a time that has never ever been seen before. That's because we're being ruled by people that's the most wicked in the world. It's nothing that he won't do in the furtherance of wiping out the Israelites, the righteous ones at the end of the day, because he doesn't care about the 2/3. He have them in their back pocket, but even when they do what they're instructed, he gonna get on their ass too, man, because he's the most wicked. He's the father of lies. Y'all got it out.
Just to wrap it up and hold everything that our brother's been saying. You know, you got to highlight the wisdom of Solomon 2 of their thoughts. And this is a wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 11. It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary of our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law and objected to our infamy in the transgressions of our education. So, you know, just all in all, man, like this is what they're going to try to use. They're going to use the law. They're going to flip the law on us to attack us at the end of the day. And like the brother was saying, to attack us because they hate Yahweh. You know, they hate us. They hate the servants of Yahweh. They hate the right doings that we got going on right now. So that's going to be one of their main tools that they're going to use to attack us.
Definitely bring this out as very small. Like it's just a law in itself. Back in the brother point out.
All right, yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Okay, I got you. All right, but it's law HR 666. You could Google this on government website. It says HR 666 introduced into the House in 2021. It says the bill establishes with the Center of Pestilence Control. Y'all know what that's talking about. A national center on anti-racism in health and law enforcement violence prevention program. Among other activities, the new center must declare racism a public health crisis. So what they say right this is the law, man. It says collect and analyze data, and you already know that's directed towards us.
Hey, they say we are out here preaching hate and we're yeah. So that's fire. All right.
That's what it says. What?
HR 666.
Hey, that was in Texas when they did that. I remember that.
Yeah, it's to make it racism a public health crisis. All right, so they can put you under martial law for racism.
They could do us something for what we're teaching.
All right, and it says collect and analyze data and administer research and grant programs to address racism and its impact on health and well-being. All right, they're gonna tie it all in. They just set the narrative with this juice. All right, oh, you didn't take this juice. Oh, this demographic of niggas right here didn't want to take it. It's because of y'all. All right, and it says, additionally, the bill specifically directs the Pestilence Control Center for Injury Prevention and Control in coordination with the Department of Justice and other relevant stakeholders. They're going to take you to jail. All right, it says to carry out the law enforcement violence prevention program by conducting research and supporting other activities pertaining to law enforcement, violence, and public health. It's over with, bro.
Didn't they just give who like all of the power to make decisions when it comes down to a health crisis? You know, and we already know what who is the who controlled by Santa Claus whole ass. You know, if you know who I'm talking about, you know. Tissue swab. Yeah.
So, you know, we can see the reason why we need salvation, and we need Yahweh Shai, right? We need the kingdom.
Thanks.
Right? Because this devil is going into Revelation 12 and 12. We want to get it, but this devil see that he has a short time, so he's coming down with hammers, nails, the whole kitchen sink on us, man. All right. So, you know, with that, we hope that was edifying. We're going to get into the ceremony of the Passat. All right, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh. So honor to the elder apostles of GMS. Once again, peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful life. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.
I don't know what this trying to tell you. You need to come here.
Cause you keep pressing shit. You did that.
Look, there's trash here. Shalom.